Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode on the SCUM Singleplayer Series. So, we're on episode 90 now, and I've got a little question for you guys. I've got a little question for you. How do you guys feel about me restarting a new series, or starting a new series on this game? Removing everything that which I have got, the bases included, the vehicles, the weapons, etc. Basically going back to square one. How do you guys feel about that? In the comments below, tell me how you feel about that. Here's the reasons that I think would be a really good idea. A lot of new people are coming to SCUM, and there's a lot of content creators out there who are doing a fantastic job of helping new players. Rake it, especially with his little tutorials and stuff. I'm not very good when it comes to tutorials and stuff like that. That's his kind of thing. However, the way that I'd like to try and introduce the way that I play this game, or at least trying to help a new player out, is by just playing the game and showing you where I go, where to find things, how to make things, what sort of skills I would need, what sort of character development I would need, etc. You know, that kind of thing. So that's the first reason. The second reason is I've got just about bloody everything. You know, I've got everything. It's a wee bit like a Tarkov wipe. Everybody's got everything. I've already got all the best stuff. I've got a katana on my back, a UMP-45 with several magazines full of ammo. I've got a very nice car. I've got a very nice base. I've got a base down in the south in the Zulu sectors. You know, I've got all these nice things. However, this isn't usually what a new player would do, especially when it comes to a multiplayer server. A lot of new players tend to gravitate towards the pre-builds. For example, these builds over here beside that tractor. They like to block out the windows. They like to lock the doors. Maybe set up something around the house. Some mines, maybe some barbed wire. Make it look as if it's protected, etc. That's what a lot of people tend to do. They don't have time to build bases. Usually, a lot of people will go for these farmsteads and build bases around those. Just like the one I have up here, just above the lake, by the what do you call them? The trenches in C3. But as I said, a lot of new players gravitate towards these buildings, and then they build from the inside outwards. So they like to place all their, cupboards, their boxes, their what else do we build? Campfires, things like that. Things that would make it easier to store things and create things. Not a lot of people like to build bases, which brings me on to my third point. As I play the game, I'll introduce, new I'm hoping this is the third reason. In my mind, this is how it's going to play out. But the more that I play it, just like I've been playing through the single player for basically 90 episodes, a lot of new players will locate the places where I go. They'll use the methods that I use to get into certain areas. For example, the factory. I used to use the white building on the east or the west side of the factory. Now I use the kind of barracks style building on the east side because it's a lot easier to get up onto the wall along the kind of hallway that leads to the main building, one of the main buildings, which means you can go up the stairs and into the main factory warehouse where all the good stuff is located. Same with A4, Alpha 4, the sub base, going down the left hand side, down the south side, going through the access port on the very top, going down the ladders, etc. That's the kind of thinking that I'm rolling with. But you guys tell me what you think in the comment section below. Do you think it's a good idea? I think it's a great idea. I think it's good to restart. Seeing as how I'm an experienced player, well, I'm experienced with 1,000 hours on this game. I've been playing this for God knows how long now, nearly over a year. That's not a long time, but I kind of understand the in and outs of this game, and I hope to get more people into this game, especially new players. That's what we all want to see. As we want to see more players in SCUM. SCUM's a great game. We're getting lots of updates. We're getting lots of teasing from the developers as well, which is something else that I want to talk about as well. But while I talk about that, we're going to start driving. Today we're just going to have a little bit of fun. We're going to go to one of the POIs located in Bravo 3. We're actually going to go there right now. So, new weapon coming to SCUM. 44 Magnum, revolver, 6-shooter, big iron. Big iron. So, we're getting that. Tomislav's already teased the gunshot sound. He's also teased the animation for the reload. He's also teased the reload, sorry, not the reload, the check ammo animation as well. And it looks really good because he pops out. He pops out. I can't remember what it's called. I can't remember what it's called. All the gun nuts are gonna go mental at me. I'm not around guns actively. I'm not around, you know, revolvers all that much. It's the part of the gun that holds the bullets, the casings, and the bullet. I can't remember what it's called. It's definitely not a magazine. It's definitely not a clip. I will get dog's abuse if I was to call either of those. But it's that mechanism, and you can see the casings inside, just held within that component of the gun, and it looks so good. It looks so good, and it sounds really crisp. You know how we got the VSS Vinterez and the AS Val? How they sound quite similar to each other. I'm letting the textures load in the background, by the way, just to let you know what's going on, why I'm stopping. But just everything about the gun looks really well done. I can't wait until I get the bug reports of it being, you know, the bug that constantly happens throughout various SCUM updates. It's like a katana or a sword or something becomes so humongous that it does it. If you were to lean forward with it, it would like kind of tilt over. If you were to take it out like this, you would kind of see it in the air and you would see it moving with the character. In fact, it would engulf the entire character. I can't wait to see one of those bugs happen with the revolver, where the revolver becomes so huge that it's essentially like a Carl Gustav, you know, something that big. That'd be hilarious. Another thing that Tomislav has somewhat, you know, teased is the diseases. Now, I don't know if it's... I'm taking him at his word in saying that his parents were physicians. And his parents really helped him with the whole metabolism system, especially for getting the diseases, because he's talking about gangrene, he's talking about specific venereal diseases and stuff like that. He did dwell on a little bit of STDs and stuff like that. And I think his wording was, before the internet, he would glance through anatomy books and essentially look at all the very nice pictures. You know, a young man looking through an anatomy book, he doesn't have access to, let's say, the internet, or, you know, fun books, as we'll call them right now, or fun magazines. He would glance through the anatomy books and be like, oh, is that what women have? Oh, I can only imagine him doing that. That's hilarious. But that's something really cool that's going to be coming with Metabolism. And I think Metabolism soon is going to be one hell of an addition to this game. I shot over his head. I'm going to change out for an actual... Oh, hello, sir. Nearly. You nearly had me there. You nearly had me there. Right, are they... Oh, yes. True shots, true shots. Right to the throat and the head. Sorry, I'll continue what I'm talking about in just a second, ladies and gents. There we go. Dealt with her. Okay, now we can somewhat relax. Somewhat relax. We can go through some of these barracks buildings right here. Remember to stay low. Oh, there's some Milnchi. I'll have that. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yeah, Tomislav's been leaking a lot of stuff, especially when it comes to the motorbikes as well. Again, some of the motorbike attire looking very, very Deadpoolish, but that's still cool. That's still very cool. The SCUM Twitter handle as well also revealed a new POI in the works, and it works with the little motocross bikes that we're getting, the little two-strokes that we're getting. I think this is going to be like a little motocross track. You know, like these tracks in America that they have and they're indoors. It's like It's the tracks that like Travis Pastrana go on, you know, the ones with the big jumps and stuff like that. And it's like a circuit. It's like a proper circuit with big jumps, some pump track kind of looking ramps where they kind of just, you know, kind of jump over two at a time and stuff like that. People who watch this stuff will understand exactly what I'm talking about. But I think now here's where I think it's going to be, right? Here's where I think it's going to be. Now, it's going to be in a temperate location because from the screenshots, I'm gathering that it is a temperate location. So the only location that I can think of that this will be held at is either in Alpha 0, Bravo 0, or Zulu 0. Now, it can't be Zulu 0 because in the future, hopefully soon, maybe next month, maybe a few months down the line, we'll be getting the pool resort in Zulu 0, which is going to stretch all the way around here. I said that in the previous episode. It's going to start here in this kind of grey patch area, and it's going to work its way up just to the top of the border between Zulu 0 and Alpha 0. The other place that we could possibly get it is Zulu 3. That might be a cool location to see it in. It could go in this little space right here. Let me just toggle my HUD a wee bit. We've also got this location right here. It's a very open area, but it's very hilly. It's a very ascending area. Like from this area right here to here, this is an ascension. From going the opposite way, a descension. You know, you're descending down the land. So this is like a hill or a kind of mountainous area. This is flat land. This is kind of like lowland. I think it might be in Zulu 3. It's either Zulu 3 or Alpha 0. These are the two that I think that it might be being placed in. And there's no real ETA on it, but I think it'll be relatively soon. I mean, we all saw that the patch with Novigrad, we thought we were just going to get, you know, some extra things, some extra, like, walls and stuff like that, but we actually got a full-blown POI, which is Novigrad. That's the one we got in the previous patch, and hopefully in the next little patch. In fact, how many patches until 0.6? I forgot to check that, actually. We're on 0.5 point something. I can't remember what the number is, but we're a certain amount of patches away from 0.6. Now, my estimation, maybe in 2 months we'll get 0.6. I'm just guessing. I'm just guessing at this point. Just guessing at this point. I don't want someone coming in here and going to the developers saying, it's been 2 months. Where the hell's 0.6? Where is it? Mr. Feudal said it would be here in 2 months. Yeah, Mr. Feudal's not a developer. Mr. Feudal's just guessing here. Right, let's go have a wee loot at this place. Now, I don't have a lot of room to loot anything. I'm only going to loot 45 ACP and 9mm. Because that's the bullets that I need. They're the bullets I need for these guns. Oh, he's coming back. He is coming back. Right, on to something that I want to talk about, which I hope gets added to this game, and I think it's going to it would change a lot of things. It would change a lot of the way that or a lot of ways that people play this game. Especially experienced squads. This is something for them. Now, you guys have seen the video of me playing squad, and you know that from that there are 3 different types of channels for communication. There is the local chat, which is kind of proximity. It's a proximity only kind of chat using voice. You've got your squad channel, which is direct to your squad members. And then you've got your command channel, which is just squad leader to squad leader to squad leader to commander, etc. Now, here's my thinking. And here's where I think SCUM can kind of flourish on this. Now, they'd have to add a few new items to the game, but I think they could do it. I think it would be a pretty cool thing to add, because it would involve a lot of new sound effects. It would diversify the way people play, especially in a squad. And it would mean that instead of like having your nameplates above your heads, maybe they could take that away. Maybe they could take away the nameplates, and it would be down to purely communication. You know, do you know what I'm talking about? Think of something like Tarkov, and instead of using Discord, you're using the in-game voice. So here's my thinking, right? Let's break it down. So SCUM has mobile phones. SCUM also has the facility for adding walkie-talkies. If you don't know what a walkie-talkie is, then you never had a childhood. But adding walkie-talkies, right? And then, now get this, adding a headset, 2 different headsets, right? A headset which covers both ears, and a headset that only covers your left ear with a little mic. Same goes for the one with the 2 earphones, like a normal set of headphones with a mic attached to it, and another one with only one. Now, with the mobile phone, right, you're able to call one another. You're able to phone if your friend or if your squad member has a mobile phone on them, then you should be able to communicate back and forward with your teammate, right? However, it's not secure. It's not a secure channel, right? So it's a frequency that some people can tap. That would probably play a major factor in the hacking skill that the developers keep, teasing about. They keep talking about it. The ability to hack robots, the ability to hack puppets, etc. Things with a BCU in the back of their heads or anything mechanical, the ability to hack them. However, this also goes towards, frequencies. It goes towards things like walkie-talkies. It goes towards things like mobile phones. Mobile phones and things like that can be easily tapped, as we know from these various journalists and news reporters, etc. It's very, very easy to tap into somebody's phone. Very easy. Also, the government can do it. But, do you know what I mean? Do you understand what I mean? It's a form of communication. It's a form of long-distance communication, but it's not secure. It's something that you could have as an addition to, like, trying to locate where each of your friends are. Oh, dearie me. Load. Ah, they're stuck on the barrier. One in here? No? A few in here. Whoa. Oh, damn! Reload. Just double check all these rooms. My guy's feeling a little bit heavy here. Right, she's down. Almost said he there. In fact, I did say he. We can lockpick this. Let's lockpick this. But going on, what I was saying about the mobile phones. So the next thing would be a walkie-talkie, as I said. Now, again, not a secure thing, not a secure form of communication. However, you can limit the frequency, or you can set the frequency in order to talk to your friends and have millions of combination of frequency to kind of chime in. You could probably chime in your own frequency. For example, something that's maybe like a 4 or 3 digit frequency, Have your friends gather a walkie-talkie. They chime in the same frequency. You can speak to each other. Again, it's not secure because somebody could easily guess it. Or maybe they could have a limit on the amount of frequencies they have, like maybe ranging from 001 all the way to 1000. Now that's millions of combinations. So let's call it 3 combinations from 001 to, oh shit. 001 all the way to 100, right? So again, there's still thousands of combinations there, but it's still not secure. Do you know what I'm talking about? So the next form of communication would be secure, but it would still be open to being hacked. Oh! It would still be open to being hacked. For example, if God damn it. Right. So, say for example, your friend has been killed, right? Your friend's been killed by another player, and that player has managed to obtain the headset off of them. They now have a direct line of communication with you, and they can also see that the frequency that you're actually using. I don't know. I would have to play it out in my head, but that's something I'd like to see in SCUM. Oh my god, he almost did the limbo perfectly there. Woo! What a man. What a dead man, but what a man. So do you know what I mean? Like a form of communication that's not like, obviously we'll still have proximity, chat, local, etc. So, you know, using the obviously I can't do it in the game here. It would only work in multiplayer. But a little green icon with my mic would show up just to say that I'm talking in the game world. I think that would be a really cool thing for the developers to actually add, and have different types, like have like 2 different types of phones, a flip phone, a fake iPhone or a fake Samsung or something like that. Walkie-talkies, have them in different colours or different shapes and sizes. What else could we do? If the police cars as well. The police cars could have their own built-in walkie-talkie as well. There we go. How cool would that be if you find yourself a police SUV and your friend's got a walkie-talkie? You could actively... Oh, shit. You could actively communicate with your friend whilst you're in the car. I think that would be pretty cool. Don't shoot me. Oh. Oh dear. Oh dearie, oh dear, oh dear me. Bugger off. Oh, I'll just go in here. You can't get me in here, I'm safe. Even though these are paper thin walls. These really are paper thin walls, oh my god. Right, oh, his gun! Did you see his gun? It just glanced across the top corner there. That was... Whoa. Imagine he shot at me. Imagine he just took some random shots and shot me through the wall. I would be prepared to stop the episode about now. Oh boy. Right, he's the way to do his job. Good lad. Good lad. You go away and do your job. Well done. Let me just go over here. Hopefully he goes back to his patrol route, which is going towards the west. Yes, he is. Good lad. I'm going to go over here. Do not pursue. Do not give chase. Stay over there. Okay, into the train car. But can you see... Do you understand what I'm talking about? Like, different forms of communication that allow squads to communicate with each other, or duos or trios, etc. However many people that you could actually add. You could add that facility and add a specific keybind for it. Or maybe just... How would we add it as a keybind? That would be a good question. I think a good way of setting it would be if we hold the tab. For example, we've got the music player here, and we've got, you know, turn on, we can lower the volume, etc. Now, if you have the walkie-talkie, the phone, or, for example, a headset on you, add something to this little radial menu here. Like, for example, actions. Add, like, a walkie-talkie icon down here. And then it allows you to, for example, expand out another radial menu that can allow you to set the frequency, the volume. You can mute it, you can unmute it. You know, it's an extra little thing. It just hit me. It literally hit me as soon as I was playing Squad, and I was like, what if SCUM had like a form of like telecommunication or some sort of communication device that wasn't just a phone, it wasn't just a walkie-talkie, but something like a headset, something like what the military use, the ones that they have fed into their helmets and stuff like that. Wait, is there one? When did he start patrolling there? I didn't realise you started patrolling here. Oh! That was an oopsie. I'm sorry. Oh, please. Oh, please. Oh, please. Please, no. He's right behind me. He's right there. Can you go away? Can you go back to your job, please? He really wants to come through this cart here. This train car. He really wants to come through it. Please don't come through it, otherwise I will die. Okay, are you going back to your job? Hey, good lad. Oh! Oh! Oh no! Ooh. And there's some African biltong. Haha. Now, as I said in the previous episode, just be careful with the biltong. Just be very careful with that. Look at the sodium count on this. 1,106 milligrams of sodium. 2,213% of just sodium. 137 calories from fat. Wow. I mean, you only get 6 calories from fat in this because it's an egg snack. Apparently, this is like an egg snack in Croatia. I'm half tempted to ask if the devs would be willing to send me some, or if I can try and find some in Scotland. I don't know if they'll have, you know, if it comes from the source, it's always the best. If it's made in a different country and it's sold as the same thing, it's usually not the same. You know what I mean? It's like picking up an Iron Brew in the United States doesn't taste the same as the Iron Brew in Scotland because ours is better. Yours is better. It's just facts. It's just facts. I'm sorry. It's just facts. I don't mean to call these out like that, but you know what I mean. It always tastes better from the original. The original always tastes better. You know, it tastes the best. So, but African biltong though, I've had African biltong beef jerky. It's excellent. I love it. It's so good. It's really good in a salad. It's actually really good in a salad. I didn't expect that. Oh. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a way over there, over that direction. Hopefully not get shot. What is the current bullet situation looking like? It's looking pretty good. All but one magazine. All but one magazine. Oh, yeah, I forgot. I totally forgot about this. I also have some prom mines and claymores. Yeah, we're back on that. And we're back on that dummy stuff. We're back on that dummy stuff. But you guys seem to like it. You guys seem to enjoy it, so I don't mind getting killed here and there. Right. Open sesame and sprint. Want to go a wee bit faster here. A little bit Ah, God's sake! Ah. What we got in here? 2 guns. Don't want them. Need to leave. Need to leave. Need to leave. Ooh. But he's going to go back to the last location that he spotted me at, so I can kind of just zip around him. Just like that. And have a little look in here. Steel pipe. Ah! Nearly caught me there. Wait for it. Right, he's over there. Now I can go over to these boxes. Now that he's distracted. Ah, nice little helmet. Oh, is he going round? Oh, he nearly saw me there. He nearly saw me there. Oh. Where are you going? Where do you think you're going? Oh, you're going over there, huh? Let me just have a little nosy through this. Oh, let's go. Let's go over to the right a wee bit. Keep him guessing. Ooh, nearly guessed that time. Jeez, oh. He really did nearly guess that time. Oh, boy. Right, so continuing with what I was saying regarding the communications. Another thing that I want the developers to add, and I hope they do add this stuff, because it would make the modifications that much more interesting, that much more enjoyable. The ability to modify guns a little bit further in terms of front rails, in terms of front, foregrips, bipods, tripods even, hunting pods. We sell very specific kind of stands for weapons. One stand in particular is it's in a V shape and it cradles your gun essentially. So it's in the shape of a V. You plant it to the ground and you split it apart. then you take the end that's closest to you and you put the butt of the gun in that, and then a wee bit further forward you put the at least where you like to grip your weapon, at least where you like to grip your rifle, you place that part of the gun in the forward kind of rest, and you've got a more stable, you know, firing position, because you're essentially planted to the ground. You're using essentially gravity to stabilize your shot. You don't have to worry about breathing, you don't have to worry about any of that. All you have to do is line it up, get all the, you know, get your range set and stuff like that, get your windage set and stuff like that, and then you fire. It's something that hunters quite actively use here in Scotland, especially in the Isle of Mull when they're hunting the deer. And I'd like to see something like that. That would be pretty cool. It would make the hunting posts, or at least the, what are they actually called? A lot of people call them deer hides. Is that what they're called? Is that what my American friends call them? Deer hides. One thing that I'd like to see, and this is actually from a game called Hunter Call of the Wild, is a tree stand. So again, something for hunters, but something for maybe players who like to ambush people. It's essentially a little stand for hunters when you're setting up like an ambush site or a location where you've maybe got a lure or some bait set down. Place it on a tree, you climb up it, you stay in the tree, maybe wearing a ghillie suit, and then you wait for an unsuspecting player to walk by, and then you gun them down from the top of the tree. They don't know that you're there, you're totally oblivious, and you're essentially the prey. That'd be quite cool, not gonna lie. I know a lot of people are gonna be like, but, yeah, but what? It would make it, I think it would be a nice little addition to the game. I mean, the game also needs a lot more, dare I say it, PvE stuff. It needs a lot more player versus environment. Roaming or roaming hordes, roaming AI, Tech 1 facility personnel. Hell, I would even love to see, and hear me out on this, AI prisoners that can A, loot, B, communicate with the player, C, have their own sort of set agenda, you know? Like some players have the agenda of joining a little crew, they get quite familiar with the base, they steal a few things, stash them away, you know? You know, that day comes, they end up shooting the people that they're supposed to be allied to, go to the stash and then they break loose. That's them got some free loot. It's a bit of a dick move, but it gets people loot, it gets people things. And there are some people that take advantage of that, which is a wee bit sad. But again, it's just a game, and people who employ that kind of tactic, they don't really care. They don't care. They really don't care. Not speaking from experience, I have caught several people like that, especially during my Life is Feudal days, especially on the MMO. Like I know we're playing SCUM, but I'd like to use this example as a way of trying to figure out people. So this is the story, right? So I'm in my guild TVG on the MMO, right? At this point, I'm the only one really making content for the game, and a lot of people send me DM requests for joining my guild. So I'm like, okay, I'll need to put you through to the guild leader, then you need to get vetted, etc, etc, etc. And then one guy approached me, or sent me a DM, and he was like, I really like your videos, and I don't know what it was about him. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to invite you straight to the guild. Now, that was my fault. This is first my fault. My complete fault. This guy managed to trick me. And I think it was just the way he was speaking to me, the way he was kind of passing himself off. You know, if it seemed trustworthy, you know, he basically led me astray. So, and made me a fool at the same time. However, day by day, he'd become more and more different to the person that he was speaking to me. So I would be constantly asking him, "Are you okay? Are you all right?" You know, I'm part of the At this point, I'm just wanting to know if the guy's okay, if he's going through anything, you know, if he needs a break from the game, that kind of thing. Oh! No! No! I'm gonna go in the yellow train car. It's mine. But no, day by day, kept getting more shady and more shadier. He would start to be like, oh, why are you asking me that? Why are you asking me this? And I was like, right, what's going on? What's going on? You weren't acting like this like a couple of days ago. Why are you suddenly like this? And then I found out he was from a rival guild, that he was just passing off this persona, and he was trying to feed information to the current enemies at the time, which was TFA. And we were like, alright, okay. So we didn't kill him straight away. We didn't kill his character straight away. Bear in mind, he also had someone else with him. There was two of them actually. This guy I kind of vetted by myself by mistake. That was totally my mistake. So anybody that's going to be in the comments like, you should have checked. I know I should have checked, but you know, that's in the past. I'm a wee bit more careful now. But no, when it came to the point where we were going to expose him and be like, right, you're part of a rival guild. Why are you here? You're just being an asshole. You're kind of just trying to, you know, do a little bit of espionage here. And I don't know what it was, but on Life is Feudal, I think it was like unanimously agreed, and it was an unspoken rule amongst all guilds. Don't send spies into your enemy's ranks. Like, just if you know where your enemy is, go siege them. See if you need spies, then you're not doing a very good job of tracking your enemy. So he was, in fact, a spy for the enemy side. So we're like, right, okay. And then the day came where we kind of were like, oh, we need to speak to you. We need to speak to you. We're gonna have a guild meeting. You're part of the guild, so you need to be part of this meeting. And he was like, okay, all right, okay. You know that way where somebody's like, they're doing something shady, and then you catch them on a whim. You know they're doing something wrong. You know fine well that they're doing something wrong, but you don't break character. You just go, oh, we need you for something. And they kind of turn around like, oh, yeah, sure. Oh, Christ. I know it's just a game. Leave me alone. Oh, the puppets have respawned. Shit. Woo! Can I get up here? No, I dropped my gun. Uh-oh. Oh, I still dropped my gun. Ah! Why is he not picking up the gun? Oh, Jesus, he hit me. Okay. Right, he's dead. Okay, if I just stay still, they shouldn't see me. Haha! It worked! Ah! Not for him, though. Is it because it's... Why? Right, there we go. Don't know what was going on there. No idea what just happened there. Oh, no! No! Open that door. Oh, jeez. Zonked right in the forehead. Right, close that door. Oh, before we do anything, let's quickly get a bandage. Eh? Oh, dearie me. Right, okay. But no, going off this story, we ended up taking him to like one of the open areas where most of the guild was situated, where everybody was working, everybody was kind of doing their PvE stuff, making weapons, making all sorts of stuff from metal, wood and stuff like that. And there's a lot out there. Don't you dare burst through that door, I swear. But they were all minding their own business, or so this guy thought. Most of them, if not all of them, were completely armed to the teeth, with falchions, with axes, with spears and such. And we kind of just went, right, cool, get him. And everyone kind of broke character. drew their weapons and attacked them. They didn't obviously know that they get expelled from the houses as well. Like that was one thing that you could do to get rid of people quite easily in the game, especially from your guild in your area. You expel them from their home set, essentially from where their spawn is. You had total guild leaders had control of that, and second in commands and third in commands could do that as well, depending on what kind of permissions you gave them, obviously. But oh god, it was just so sudden. It was like, imagine like all the zombies are kind of just still, like completely static, completely lifeless and soulless, and just completely still. And you walk into a big herd of them, and they don't move, they don't react to you. They kind of just don't look at you. They don't acknowledge you. They don't see you. Essentially, they see you as a ghost. You're invisible to them. But the moment that you make that little step on that broken piece of glass, one goes, what was that? And it slowly turns his head and realizes, hey, dinner's kind of just walked into our laps here. Meat's back on the menu, boys. You know what I mean? Okay, close the door, close the door, close the door, close the door. Dealt with that. She's definitely dead. She's definitely dead. But no, it was like that. It was like everybody was doing their one thing and then suddenly swarm. I think a better example would be the Japanese honeybees. When a big Japanese hornet comes into their nest, they kind of lure it into the nest. As soon as it makes it into the nest, attacks one of the bees, all the bees just go brrr and cook it alive. Oh my god, it was so funny. He's dead as well. That's good. You can tell he's dead. The blood shows. But no, that's the kind of thing. That's the kind of thing that I'd like to see in SCUM, with the whole communication and stuff like that. Oh boy. I don't know if you can hear that. I don't know if you can hear that, but there is a dog yapping its bloody head off. Hopefully my mic doesn't pick it up. It's a rather good mic, as I told you guys. It's an upgrade. Hopefully it doesn't pick up this little dog, because that little dog does not shut up. 6 AM it starts, and it stops at 9 AM. Then it restarts in the afternoon, about 12 noon till about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And then it starts up again, and god does it get annoying. It's a wee yappy dog. Now I like all dogs, but see wee dogs, wee small dogs that are all bark and they bite. Oh! Constantly woofing at you, constantly barking at you, constantly yapping at you, and you're like, right, shut up. Just get in the corner and eat your dinner. You know? Oh, jeez, oh. Right, one last thing that I want to talk about is the vehicle, or the supposed vehicle upgrades or modifications. Those are things that Why are you shooting? Why are you shooting? Why are you shooting? I didn't do anything, you can't see me. Jeez, oh. One thing that I'd like to see is vehicle modification. I'd like to see like big steel panels getting added to the side of trucks. SUVs maybe having their windows replaced with like big steel frames, or think Mad Max style, the kind of Mad Max style. I'd like to see that kind of format with the vehicle modifications. That would be really cool. One thing that they do really need to add, and I think all the guys who like pickups will probably agree with me, is adding chains to the tires in order to get a little bit more grip, especially in the snow. Especially in the snow, or even the little. I don't know if they still have them. I don't know if they still sell them. It's like tires that have little studs on them that kind of bite into the ground, a wee bit like how soccer studs or football studs work. You know, the kind of shoes that football players wear, or for my American audience, soccer players. They've got little studs on their boots. A wee bit like that. Now we're going to move to the next hangar here. Hopefully Biggin doesn't spot us here. Ah, he's totally oblivious. He's totally oblivious. What a dork. What a loser. What a merry man. Right, we've got a bag, we've got some corn. But, oh, and I totally forgot. I've totally forgotten about something. What have I totally forgotten about? What have I forgot? What have I forgot? I forgot something. I forgot to talk about something and I can't remember what it was. Ah, it's going to drive me mental. That's going to drive me nutty. Oh, honestly, they need to give us the loot tables. They really need to give us the loot tables because these 3 brass knuckles inside this little hangar here. Are you kidding me? I mean, the 22s are bullets and 4 brass knuckles found in here. 4 brass knuckles. What is that? Tomislav, give me the loot tables already. Give me them. Provide them. Give them to server owners. We need them. I hate this. I hate finding, like... I hate finding brass knuckles or knuckle dusters in this game. That'll probably help with the whole dealing with the zombies, dealing with the puppets. But I'd like to see... I'd really like those loot tables. I'd really like more additions to the guns. Hell, I'd like to see more civilian guns. An over-under shotgun. Modifications to the guns as well. More calibers, hopefully, in the future. Hell, I'd like to see emplacements in the game, especially in the POIs that are military grade. For example, this location right here, or maybe the other POI in Bravo 3. Like emplaced MGs, something along those lines. Not a heavy LMG, not an HMG, like an LMG, like a SAW or something light, something small, something that you would usually carry as a support unit. Someone to just lay down a base of fire. Do you know what I'm talking about? Guys who are probably veterans in military are probably going to understand what I'm talking about. But someone who's going to provide a lot of gunfire in just a concentrated area, in a big conical area, you know? Did I hear a giggle? I'm sure I heard a giggle there. Right, I think it's time to leave. Time to leave. Oh! Excuse me. There's one last place we need to go. It's in here. Right, we're going to quickly pick these locks. And when I mean quickly, I mean quickly. Let's go. Let's get these locks. There we go. Excellent. More. You know what I can't wait for? And Tomislav did say this. He did say this, I think, in an interview, or at least in the transcript for the interview. He did mention flight. He definitely mentioned flight. There is a parachute in the game. I can confirm that there is a parachute in this game. It doesn't have any actions. It doesn't have anything. No animation. It's just an item in the game. That is all I can say. And it's only... You can only see it if you're an admin. That's the only way you're going to be able to see it, is if you're an admin. If you play single player, you are the admin. You can try and find that parachute to spawn in. But a parachute is in this game. So the likelihood of us getting some sort of flying machine, whether it be an ultralight or, for example, a little gyrocopter. Stop shooting! Calm down! Jeez-o! Right. One last thing. I know I keep saying one last thing, but I'd like to have a laser in this game. I know we've got a light here. I'd like to have a laser. I'd really like to have a laser. Like, remove the crosshair, which I have done. Like, see if I take this away, right? And I enable combat mode, see how it takes away my crosshair? Or the little dot in the middle? You know? Just remove that completely. Just completely remove that. Get a laser in. Get a laser in. Use Shift E, or like I don't know, shift up, shift something, shift W, shift F or something, you know, just to toggle it on, or have like a light, a flashlight and laser combo. I'm really starting to dive into Tarkov related stuff, but I think it would make it quite cool. No. Right, we're going. We're leaving. We are leaving. Oh. Oh, get. Oh, he hit me. He hit me. Okay, let's leave. Leave. Oh, wait a minute. Did I not come in this way? Right, he's dead. Okay, you didn't hear those shots. Oh, of course he didn't hear those shots. I'm a king. Aha! Right, let's get the hell out of here. Let's leave. Right, ladies and gentlemen. That's going to be today's episode. It was a rather short one, but I wanted to really ask you guys the question. Do I start fresh? Completely fresh? Like, no items? Reset the world? Reset everything? Keep the character? Everything else completely fresh? Right? In the comments below, tell me what you guys think about that. Tell me if you guys want to see that. I know a lot of new players will probably say yes, they want to see that. There's a lot of knowledge that could be gathered from that. I know a lot of people don't want to go back and watch like episode 1 of my SCUM single player series, because the game is completely different. The game is completely different, especially from way back last year, like in March time. You know, the game's completely changed. It's had a year. It's had over a year to change, and it has changed. I mean, just look at it. I mean, just look. I've got my helmet in the game. My helmet wasn't in the game way back then. But if you've enjoyed today's episode, ladies and gentlemen, leave a thumbs up on this video. Tell me what you think in the comments below regarding the wipe, regarding the new things that Tomislav's posting. Guys, tell me what you think. Really, it really does mean a lot. Tell me what you think. I read everything I can. And if you enjoyed today's episode and you're thinking about joining us for that wipe, for that fresh single player feel, consider subscribing to the channel, ring the little bell, and you'll stay up to date with just that, as well as Sunday night streams, as well as Days Gone and other games such as Squad. And I know it's cringe, but I've been playing Battlefield 5 for a good wee while now, and I'm kind of enjoying it because I'm an absolute tank with a carbine. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that's it for me today. I hope you all have a lovely day. I've been Mr. Feudal. I'll see you all another time.